Well, hello and welcome back to GearHeadGeeks, where in this video we are going to go on ahead and restore a tank on a Suzuki TS250. This tank is really ugly, it's rusty inside, it needs a whole lot of TLC. We're going to strip it down, we're going to fix whatever we can on it, we're going to remove dents, and then we're going to repaint it and get it ready for getting it ready to put back on our TS250. So stay tuned and we'll get to that. So the next thing we need to do is deal with this tank. I don't know if you can see in there, but it is heavily rusted. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with water and acrylic acid. We'll get some of that and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this stuff comes in a powder form. It's kind of like salt, I guess. And it's really inexpensive. It's only a few dollars for a couple pounds of it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill this up with water, some nice warm water, and I'll put some acrylic acid in there, and then we'll fill it up the rest of the way so it's all the way to the top so it gets all the rust. And as you can see, the cap is really nasty. But and then I know that it works. I just don't know how it's going to work on this. Okay, we're about half full of water at the moment. And I'm just going to take, and I don't even know how much I'm going to put in there. Actually, I have a measuring cup. Let's use that and see what we get. I just got some cheapo measuring cups in here. Let's, I don't know. Really makes going to make any difference. But it looks like we've got about 100 cc's of this stuff, 2.5 ounces or so. I'm just going to dump it in, and I'm going to fill it up with water. Okay, it is full water. I can see the rust starting to come out of this a little bit. I'm going to try and put this cap on because it'll be submerged in water. And I'm going to go put this thing outside in case it's leaking all over the place. We don't know yet. Seal up our bag again and we'll see how it goes. Well, I've gone on ahead and soaked this overnight with acrylic acid. And I don't know if you can see inside there, but most of the rust is gone. There's some pitting in there. I mean, this is an old tank that's been rusty for a long time. There's rust pitting in there, but it's not, it really isn't, there's no real rust. It's just kind of rough, you know, as it is. But it's nothing that'll flake off. It's basically clean inside. So after a couple blasts with the pressure washer inside, all of the junk is gone. There's some surface pitting inside, but the tank is clean for the most part. So I'm going to throw some sort of some kind of tank wash in here a little bit that will help stop it from doing any further rusting because it's kind of wet in there. Some of this is just some rust blast, and it kind of gives it a kind of a coating of zinc chromate, and kind of just helps dispel all the rust. We'll let that slosh around in there a little bit on both sides. That about does it for the tank, or the insides of the tank anyway for now. We got a whole lot of work to do on the outside, so that's for sure. The good part is this tank, although really ugly, has only got what seems to be two fairly minor dents right here, which are just almost nothing. But the paint and everything is just horrible, as you can see. Oh, there's a dent here also, which we'll have to take care of. Not big, but needs to be handled. Other than that, it's not terrible. Well, it'll look good. We just don't know what color to paint it yet. And as you can see, the petcock needs a little bit of love. So what we're going to do is take it apart and we'll throw it into the ultrasonic and see if we can get this bad boy cleaned up. And here are the insides. Surprisingly, the rubber in here is not completely torn up. We may be able to reuse that. I may have another one, but as you can see, it ain't pretty in there. So I have gone on ahead and run this through the ultrasonic a few times. It got most of this stuff out of there. All the passageways seem to be clear. This still needs a little bit of attention, but for the most part, it's there. So we'll clean this mess up, and when the tank is ready, we'll be able to put it back on. And so after a whole lot of scrubbing, aluminum brightener, cleaning, our petcock is in one piece and it's looking pretty good. I mean, will it leak? We don't know. Maybe we have to get a new piece inside here, but that rubber washer. But we will see what we will see. So far, so good. So what I'm doing here is I'm knocking down the crown of the dent. I've been working out a little bit. I thought I had the camera on, but I didn't. But you just start working the crown of the dent. Yeah, get this stuff out of here. And that's the whole outer edge. And by working it, working the metal, and it's bringing the metal back in a little bit, and this dent is almost gone. And this hammer, if I even if this was painted, I could use this hammer because I polished the end of it so it doesn't cause any damage. And half of this dent is completely gone. I mean, there would be almost no filler in it. There's just one little tiny dent. And this dent was probably, a 1/4 inch deep. And now it's less than a 1/16. That made a huge improvement. That'll be a super fine layer of body filler on that. It went from, again, it went from at least a 1/4 inch deep dent down to, it's maybe a 32nd now. So I found out why there was all this Bondo back here. There's a big hole in the tank. Well, we'll take care of that. That's going to be gone in no time. We'll just do a little bit of welding and bring that back to life. Okay, so now we've got this all welded back up and ground down. It's going to take a little bit of filler to make it look pretty, but other than that, it's solid. And the dent up in here is almost completely gone. This is all this part of the dent is smooth. So just a small amount of filler on that. And the other dent that was on the side is gone. So yeah, there's just a little teeny tiny bit of filler. There's a dent over here that I think I'll pull out with using a little PDR method. Just get it pulled out, and then the filler will be in, and then we'll be done. Ready to paint. So after repairing the hole in the tank and a little bit of body filler, I mean just a slight amount on the top, I'd gotten most of the dent out, but we have now got this thing basically cleaned up and nice, ready to go. This is white. I don't know if it shows up on the camera. There's white in here because this particular tank, the 69, had 2 white stripes on it. So we're going to put those stripes, I'm going to put some tape down. And then what we're going to do is after that's done, we'll go on ahead and put in some color. Yeah, the camera does seem to show up pretty well. In this light, it doesn't, but the camera's seeing it. So I'll put 2 stripes on here, and then I went on ahead and I cleaned up the bottom of this tank had been, it's a stock color, which is nice. And so I went on ahead and I got some paint that is really, really, really close. It is as close as you can possibly get. I mean, the caps on these aren't perfect, but this will be just fine. This is really close to the stock color, which is great. So I don't know if you can see that, but here's a picture of a 69 TS250, and you can see the stripes on it, and you can see the red is basically the same type of red. So we're just going to go on ahead and match those stripes up the best we can. So I'm going to be using some 1/4-inch fine line tape. One. And 2. Push them down fairly well. We don't want any bleed through if we can help it. Same thing with the other side now. Like everything else, you just put a super light coat to first. This is splattering a little bit. Oh well. So, Rust-Oleum automotive enamel will going to be the paint of the day. We'll see how it goes. And I've never used this before. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see. So far, so good. Seems to be going on fairly smooth. Put a match around. Another. And that's just going to be about it. We'll get that on there and that'll be the end. Just sit in the sun for a few minutes. Make sure there's enough coating on the sides. And we are done. And do not crawl on my paint, Spider. Be a good boy. Boy, that is really, really looking good. That clear is a really good clear coat. It's nice and shiny. I don't have to do hardly any other work to it, just other than let it dry and put it on. Really nice. Well, that concludes our restoration of our fuel tank. We got clear on it. It is I'm gonna let it cure for a few days, and then after that we'll be putting it back on the bike and going through all the steps of everything else that you do when you do a fuel tank. But that gives you an idea of what you might expect when you get some old motorcycle that's got a whole bunch of nasty looking repairs on it. And we were able to successfully remove some dents by just working on the crown. There is almost zero filler in this tank, which is really, really good. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time here on Gearhead Geeks.